Hi, I'm Terri with Prepped and Polished in South Natick, Massachusetts. I'm glad you could join me today. Since there are 3 levels of the SSAT, elementary, middle, and upper levels, many parents and students are confused as to the components of this standardized test. But I'm here to make it clear, because the best way to ensure that a student will perform his or her best on the SSAT is to become familiar with the format of the test. That way, a student will find it easier to apply his or her knowledge to the test and answer more questions correctly. Let me break it all down for you. So here's a detailed chart showing the SSAT components. For the elementary level, students currently in grades 3 and 4, and the upper and middle levels. Upper level currently in grades 8 through 11, and middle level grades 5 through 7 currently. The quantitative section or math section for the elementary level is comprised of 30 questions in 30 minutes. It's based on 3rd and 4th grade curriculum, including properties and operations, algebra, geometry, measurement, and probability. For the upper and middle levels, there are 2 quantitative sections, 25 questions each. Each one is 30 minutes. And that section is comprised of arithmetic, geometry, elementary algebra, data analysis, and probability. Since there's 2 math sections, the upper and middle levels have 5 sections in all, and the elementary level has 4. The verbal section for the elementary level consists of 30 questions that have to be completed in 20 minutes, and there's 2 parts. It tests understanding of words with similar meanings, which are synonyms, that's part 1, and understanding of word relationships, that's part 2, the analogies. An example of a synonym might be faithful and devoted. And at the simplest level, an example of an analogy would be kitten is to cat as puppy is to dog. For the upper and middle level, for the verbal section, there's 60 questions in 30 minutes, so there's double the amount of questions. And there's also 2 parts, 30 synonym and 30 analogy problems. An example of a more advanced synonym would be linger and dawdle. And again, a more difficult analogy would be pound is to weight as decibel is to sound, both forms of measurement. So let's look at the last few components for the elementary level and the upper and middle levels of the SSAT. So the reading section for the elementary level consists of 28 questions in 30 minutes. And this is basically reading comprehension based on 7 short passages. For the upper and middle levels, there's 40 questions to be completed in 40 minutes. This is also reading comprehension based on 7 passages, but they're much longer. They are taken from many genres, and each passage is approximately 250 to 350 words. Each level has a different writing sample task. The elementary level has 1 writing sample to be completed in only 15 minutes. Students have to write a story based on a picture prompt. It's not graded, it's provided to the schools, and it's the last section tested. An example might be a picture of children running through a sprinkler. For the middle level has a choice of 2 creative prompts, and the upper level has a choice of a creative prompt or an essay, again not graded, and it's the first section tested. An example of a creative prompt might be, no one else was in the museum. And an essay prompt might be, describe a mistake that you would correct if you could go back in time. The upper and middle levels also have an experimental section. It's 16 questions, not scored. It consists of 6 verbal, 5 reading, and 5 quantitative questions. And these are just used for future tests to see if the questions are viable. And so here's the totals. The elementary level consists of 88 questions in 110 minutes, which is 1 hour and 50 minutes. And the upper and middle levels have 150 questions, and it takes 155 minutes, which is 2 hours and 35 minutes. Well, I hope this information today sheds some light on the components of all 3 levels of the SSAT. If you enjoyed this information today, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or you want more assistance, either online or in person, simply email info@preppedandpolished.com and we'll be glad to help you. Good luck.